Hi guys, it's Kristin with AquaCreations and this is day something. I can't remember, maybe 3 of the 12 Days of Christmas collaboration being hosted by our lovely Steph over at Highland Homemade Crafts. So this is the large gingerbread house tray mold from Molds and Shapes, and I am making this out of AquaCast. If I can get my whisk. And of course, making a mess already. Haven't even done anything with it yet. And of course, because I dripped out a little bit of water, I'll put a little bit back in. And if you hear it in the background, I'm mixing up some resin using my Resiners. See my mess. Oops. Let me get my... Okay. Oops, I don't know what I just got in my mold. Alright. Get this. Just scrapey on the bottom. And I left it on the cardboard so I can do a little bit more aggressive tappy-wappy. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to make up some more real quick. Okay, so, yuck. Get that cleaned up as best I can. Ugh. Oh, it's not too bad. Get some bubbles around the edge. Ooh, hello. That went kind of everywhere. And unfortunately, it's going to be wicked uneven because I don't have it on my leveling tray. All right, I'll be back for the demold. Okay, time for demold. Ooh, one bubble that I can see right there. Alrighty. Ugh, I gotta clean this. Alright. This is so pretty. Alright, so I'm gonna let this dry overnight. Actually, I think I'm probably gonna put it in my G3 and then I will paint are beautiful. Oh, I do have a couple more bubbles. They're just little itty bitty though, I don't care. All right, I'll be back when it's dry. Okay, so this has dried and now I'm going to paint it. Now, gingerbread is gingerbread, right? Unless you have a paint color called gingerbread, you've got to mix different colors until you get something that is gingerbread-ish. Now, I probably have not done that, and all of these colors are shimmery, so I'm using 2 of the Abier and 1 of the Shuttle Art. I have rose gold, rich espresso, and copper gold flash. So I guess we'll see. Not too bad. And I'm gonna probably use a paint pen on the inside. So I'm not really too fussed about whether or not I get it over the edge. I just don't want to get it in the other areas. And it's gonna need probably 2 coats. So, how's everybody doing? You getting ready for Christmas? Everybody, you know, decorating? Yeah, we're doing at work, they're doing a door decorating contest. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna participate because, you know, like I just got back Monday night. And I'm like, that does not give me, like, I don't want to just put wrapping paper on my door because honestly, that's what most of them did. So I'm like, nope, I'll bow out this year. And I told my coworker that shares the same work trailer that I do. I said, you know, we're looking like Grinches over here because we're the only ones that don't have our door decorated. And she was like, well, I'm feeling kind of Grinchy, so I guess it's fitting. That's all right. I just put a little Christmassy placard type thing on the outside of my door and said, well, and oh, and the other thing I put up there was my, a couple years ago, I made a snowman out of some acrylic discs. And so I have that hanging outside my door. So that's about the extent of my Christmas decorations at work. Now at home, I've got all of my Christmas makes. I've got all of the like Christmas ornaments, and look, I don't have a tree. I'm in Kuwait. It's not gonna happen. And I'm not gonna get a fake tree that I'm gonna have to ship home when I already have a tree at home. So what I do is I put up some command hooks on my entertainment center. And I have my ornaments hanging from my entertainment center. But again, nobody sees it but me anyway because, you know, I'm the only one in my apartment. And yeah, so there's that. But other than that, yeah, it's same old. Christmas in Kuwait is just not on the bucket list, you know what I mean? But I already went home, and it's, you know, the tickets are pricey, and where I live in New York is very much up north, and we get a lot of snow, and so and last year when I went home, it had snowed really bad when I was headed out, and I was afraid I was going to get stuck somewhere. So I was like, nope, not gonna do that again. I'll come home for like Thanksgiving or, you know, in November, but not gonna fly home in December anymore, because it's too much stress, too much worry. Everybody's trying to get where they're going for Christmas, and you know, it's just too much hassle. As much as I would love to see my family for Christmas, you know, aside from my daughter who lives in Tennessee, all of the kids are, and I say pretty grown, aside from the little one. My oldest daughter's boys are, you know, one's in college, one's in high school, and one is 8. So it's not like, you know, they're not coming up to, and they live in Virginia, so they're not going to be coming up. Although my daughter did come up last year to visit while I was home. And we had a blast and got a mommy and me tattoo. So there was that. And we had fun. Oh, but yeah, I just feel like sometimes the holidays can be so stressful. Everybody worrying about getting where they need to go, and, you know, family and all of that. And, you know, sometimes it's just not in the cards. But, okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and I will be back for the, honestly, I'll probably do the second coat off camera, and then I'll do the windows, the doors, and the snow. Excuse me. Woo! Okay, so, whoops. Do I want the, yeah, no. So I'm like, on to the red, and I put the wrong paintbrush in there. So, onto the white is what I was thinking. So I mixed up the white pearl from Abier with the color change white gold flash from Shuttle Art. And I was going to paint the chimney a different color, you know, like a red brick or something like that, but it's got snow on it. And, you know, you've seen people paint, and I'm not yammering on this time, so I'm just going to fast forward you through this. This green is mint green flash. Okay, so I decided to use the paint pen, but I used the Deco Color Rose Gold, and I used both the big and the small one. But then it went over the edge, so I'm like, well, I gotta paint the edge something anyway. So I pulled out this Shuttle Art acrylic black flash, and I painted around the outside. So now I am going to take this UV, oh, I have to show you my little rings that I got at Hobby Lobby when I was home. They are too cute. Okay, sorry. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let me do the tape trick. And it didn't work. There we go. So I'm just going to put these cute little candies. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to cut these. I wasn't really thinking when I took the entire thing off. Oh, dang it. There we go. Oh, come on now. All right. Alrighty. So back to the whole outline thing. So I was like, yeah, I'll get this on there. And then I started taping it, and my big old noggin was in the way more often than not. So I said, you know what? That's just not going to work. So yeah, decided that I was just going to do it off camera. But this is our beautiful gingerbread tray. So I will get some glamour shots at the end. Do me a favor and hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. I will put the QR codes up for the subscription to YouTube and the Buy Me a Coffee. And I will see you guys for the next one. All right. Have a blessed day. Take care. Bye-bye.